POOFness for June 2nd, midweek by ZAP from the office of POOFness. ZAP says, "Hi all, June 1st is here, and so are the formal releases of the Matrix funds that we have been awaiting is now beginning today. The royals, both Europe and China, have pushed the button, so to speak, and a massive amount of funds has been let loose into the system. The global reset, an element of the divine plan, is in full swing, and the RV, an element of the global reset, is moving forward at a fast pace. The currency exchanges are going to contract right now for the big loads, and they will continue to the smaller amounts in short order. Be patient. It's all coming now. The first anticipated payments are the week of June 6th for both the historic assets and the currency exchanges. So this is the real beginning. Here of everything we have been awaiting. The following is part of the total message. RV, GCR, and humanitarian projects are as well as Nasera, Gesera, and Saint Germain funds, Swiss Indios 1.11, are what the vast majority of people want to hear about, and look at ZAP's Landa for guidance and light every week. It has been my job to make that bridge. Now that's in small letters. I'm not sure whether ZAP wrote that, or that's him saying that or not. These plans mean the best for all of us, but whether or not they will be brought to life is still a question mark, as the plan seems to make it to be a tad different. I wish I had more clarity, and I'm seeking it. As soon as I do, I will let you know. Remember also that Swiss Indio professed to be the M1, and that is incorrect. They do not have the authority to release funds and require grandfather's agreement to access. Now, this is small letters. I hope you understand that this can be improved, and mankind can finally be liberated financially. So much good can come having finances available when one's heart is in the right place. For we have this much obligation to help all those around us in need. We are way past the enough is enough phase. The suffering must be stopped at all cost. Now, large letters. This is what I have been working on all this time. And finally, we have gone over the tomorrow hump. We have action starting tomorrow. Sorry, couldn't help that. Now, small letters. This negativity, fear, and lowering of our vibrational frequency is what this is designed to cause. We must give in that for then all is lost. We will succeed and must be close enough to for sure. Much appreciated indeed. RS initials. We are okay, truly okay. We have been patient a long time and preserved in the work preparing. It was all worth it. P.S. Now new intel in the Jacob Rothschild, Wednesday the 25th of May 2016. Jacob Rothschild was locked in his bathroom last night, Tuesday, until he agreed to call up his people to begin negotiations, for which he did, and negotiations are now, hence this announcement. That is just too cute. Is that like putting the bad kid in the closet as punishment and waiting until he wails to come out? Bad Jacob. If you are staying in the bathroom until you decide to change the world, that's one for the books, and absolutely priceless. Mommy, how did the world change? We locked up the bad guys in the bathroom until he agreed to change. I wonder if that would cause any long-term trauma to the kids in respect of the bathroom and what they are for. I cannot comment too much on the various arrests that are in progress at as some are very sensitive. The bad guys are getting a choice that being something that they did not give their victims. So if they ask to be forgiven, then that will be granted. If they mean it, the pitchforks can stay in the closet. This, in all small letters, this is a great letter. I'm impressed by the fact that the gentleman that wrote it signed his name and put his address to it. This is well written and worth the 2 minutes it requires to read this. It is quite impressively framed. You can be Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, or independent, liberation, and I'll bet this letter will hit a nerve. Our country is in real trouble. I can add an amen to everything he wrote. To Senator Patty Murray, Senator Maria Cantwell, Washington, D.C., 2005 10, 20510, that's a zip. Dear Senators, I have tried to live by the rules my entire life. My father was a command sergeant major, U.S. Army, who died of combat-related stress shortly after his retirement. It was he who instilled in me those virtues he felt were important to live by: honesty, duty, patriotism, obeying the laws of God and of our various governments. I have served my country, paid my taxes, worked hard, volunteered, and donated my fair share of money, time, and artifacts. Today, as I approach my 79th birthday, I am heartbroken when I look at my country and my government. I shall only point out very few things abysmally wrong, which you can multiply by 1,000-fold. I have calculated that all the money I have paid in income taxes for my entire life cannot even keep the Senate barber shop open for 1 year, and only heaven and a few tight-lipped actual types know what the Senate dining room cost the taxpayers. So please enjoy your haircuts and meals on us. Last year, the president spent an estimated $1.4 billion on himself and his family. What? Is this the figure? And kids are dying of starvation, and 200 million can take care of that? And Obama is spending 7 times that on himself? Too much. The vice president spends millions on hotels. They have taken 8 vacations. so far this year. Our House of Representatives and Senate have become America's answer to the Saudi royal family. You have become the perfumed princes and princesses of our country. In the middle of the night, you voted in the Affordable Health Care Act, aka Obamacare, a bill which no more than a handful of senators or representatives read, more than several paragraphs crammed it down our throats, and then promptly exempted yourselves from it by substituting your very own taxpayer subsidized golden health care insurance. You live exceedingly well and eat and drink every bit as well as the one percenters consistently and vote yourselves perks and pay raises while making 3.5 times the average U.S. individual income and give up nothing while you, as well as the president and vice president, ask us to sacrifice due to the sequestration of which, of course, you plan to blame the Republicans anyway. You understand very well the only two rules you need to know: how to be elected and how to be reelected. And you do this with the aid of an eagerly willing partisan press species, permeated with a certain economy of truth, and by buying the votes of the greedy, the ill-informed, and undereducated citizens, and non-citizens too, many of whom do not vote, who are looking for a handout rather than a job. Your so-called safety net has become a hammock for the lazy. And what is now about 49 to 50 million Americans receiving food stamps, I'd guess pretty much all Democratic voters. The program is absolutely rife with fraud and absolutely no congressional oversight. I would offer that you are not entirely to blame. What changed you is the seductive environment of power in which you have immersed yourselves. It is the nature of both houses of Congress which requires you to subordinate your virtue in order to get anything done until you have achieved leadership role. To paraphrase President Reagan, it appears the second oldest profession, politics bears a remarkable strong resemblance to the oldest. As the hirsute first Baron, John Emmerich Edward Dalsberg Action, 1834 to 1902, English historian and moralist, so aptly and accurately stated, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Great men are almost always bad men. I'm only guessing that this applies to the female sex as well. Tell me, be truthful for a moment. Is there a more corrupt entity in this country than Congress? While we middle class people continue to struggle, our government becomes less and less transparent, more and more bureaucratic, and even so more dictatorial, using Caesar and secretaries to tell us just to mention a very few what kind of light bulbs we must purchase, how much soda or hamburgers we can eat, what cars we can drive, the gasoline to use, and what health care we must buy. Countless thousands of pages of regulations strangle our business, costing the consumer more and more every day. As I face my final year or so with cancer, my president and my government tell me you'll just have to take a pill. While you, Senator, your colleagues, your president, and other exalted government officials and the families will get the best possible health care. Our taxes, our tax dollars until you are finally home by your creator, while as while also enjoying a retirement beyond excuse me beyond my wildest dreams, which of course you voted for yourself and pay for. The chances of you reading this letter are practically zero, as your staff will not pass it on. But with a little luck, a form letter response might be generated by them, with all due signatures machine applied, hoping we will believe that our senator representatives has heard us the actual case. This letter will, however, go online, where many others will have the chance to read the person's opinion, rightly or wrongly, about the government administration to senators and representatives. I only hope that occasionally you might quietly thank the taxpayer for all the generous entitlements which you have voted yourself, for which by law we must pay, unless of course it just goes on the $19 trillion national debt, for which your children and ours and your grandchildren and ours ad infinitum must eventually try to pick up the tab. My final thoughts are that it must take a person who has either lost his or her souls or consciousness, or both, to seek re-election and continue to destroy the country that I deeply love. You have put it so far into debt that we will never pay it off, while your lot improves by the minute because of your power. You, Senator, will never stand up to the rascals in your house who constantly deceive American people. And that, my dear Senator, is how power has corrupted you and the entire Congress. The only answer to clean up the cesspool is term limits. This, of course, will kill the goose that lays your golden eggs, and woe be to him or her who would dare to bring it up. Sincerely, Bill S. Oak Harbor, Washington. Dear Bill, it looks like the changes you seek are just around the corner. The divine plan calls for the renovation of the governments, and that is in progress. Hang there. Dear ZAP, expect help by priority mail this coming Thursday, 2nd to Susan. Also gives me this opportunity to say few words because before closing, if possible, when you talk to grandfather in the further, please give my sincere regards and thanks for what he has done for our humanity's sake. Make words, mere words cannot express enough of his magnitude. May his destination in life continue to fill with joy, light, and unconditional love. Same goes for you and Susan. I myself will pour out much love and give to help our humanity thrive in peace and harmony and heal our planet to the pristine life. Sincerely, V. Much thanks, V. Also, I learned that Joseph has stated that grandfather is dead. I just checked. He is not dead, at least not '01 himself. So this is another grandfather. My deepest condolences. Anyways, I must get back to work as things are getting very active, and I must stay on top of stuff. Many, many thanks for your help and support during these end times. And I will have great news for us very shortly. Love and hugs in mere gratitude, love and light in our service. ZAP, God is, I am, we are. Be good, be legal, tell truth. June 1st, 2016. Contributors, thank you for your support as we do our best to keep you up to date. We couldn't do this without your help. Please go to paypal.com using the account address gone forth for now at gmail.com to support the cause. We are still struggling to keep the lights on and the computers running. Much thanks, blessings, consultations, continued love and kindness. The Office of POOFness, ZAP, Susan, and staff, and that's it. And just click below to go to it, and thank you so much.